Hi, hope you're all well today. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and a new video. I am so excited to be here with you today to discuss a topic which is so close to my heart. I think all of my videos that I have posted so far are topics that are really close to my heart and which I love to discuss with you. And if I can help even one woman to understand her body, fertility, hormones better, then I have succeeded. So today I am going to be talking about a topic I posted about yesterday on my platform on Instagram, Hannah Fritz Fertility. This is my main social media platform, which I use to post about fertility, TTC, hormones, and balancing your body towards a healthy pregnancy. And I also work daily with my clients, with women, to support them to optimize and maximize their fertility and chances to conceive naturally, or preparing for fertility treatments. And today, to bridge over to exactly that, fertility treatments, this is a topic that I really feel a need to talk more about, which I see so much when I talk to women every day on Instagram and talking to my clients, what they are going through, what they have been going through before working together with me. And it is fertility treatments and how they can actually make your fertility journey longer, how they can in different ways actually come as a roadblock on your journey and extend it in many ways, and also of course make it quite expensive. The costs for fertility treatments are obviously can be very different depending on if you get it funded by the state, but in many countries we have very, very high costs for doing different kinds of fertility treatments, and especially IVF. So this is something that I want to go deeper into with you. And like I said, I posted about this on my Instagram yesterday, where I talked about the fact that when we have different kind of hormonal imbalances going on in our body, and we are doing fertility treatments, so the core kind of problem that I see, to dive straight into it right now with you, is that we are not going to the root cause of what actually the problem is inside your body. We might have done blood work many times. Everything looks fine. Everything looks normal. So many times we have the diagnosis unexplained infertility, which I think, and many women that I talk to also think that it's really basically the diagnosis of something is wrong, but we don't know what it is, and we cannot dive even deeper. So it's just unexplained infertility. Many call it a lazy diagnosis, and I would be prepared to agree on that. And the problem or the challenge that I have noticed when talking to many women and exchanging with many women is that we are doing cycle after cycle after cycle with, for example, Clomid or letrozole, which is stimulating the body to ovulate. But the body is not responding because something is going on, something deeper is going on in the body. The body tries to communicate like, hey, I am not prepared to ovulate, I am not ready for a baby. But for example, when we have PCOS, we have a state in the body that makes it hard for the body to ovulate on a regular basis. And many women with PCOS, they are being treated with Clomid or letrozole to try and get the body to ovulate, so that so that the body can release an egg, and that egg hopefully can be fertilized and developed into an embryo which will stick. But the problem is there that it's not only the process to an ovulation that is the problem, but there might be challenges with egg quality, there might be challenges with implantation, or deeper causes like inflammation in the body, which will have a big roadblock or be a big challenge for the body to, even if it can ovulate, even if it can release an egg, the question is, can we really take care of that egg when the body is telling us that I don't have capacity right now? So there is one, which I see with many women with PCOS, and I so often hear that we keep hammering on with IUI cycle after IUI cycle after IUI cycle, and many have been through 3, 4, 5, 7 different IUI cycles with either Clomid or letrozole or both, but not both at the same time, obviously, but trying different ones to see which one is more efficient without results. So right now I'm working with a client who have been through 3 IUI and 2 IVF cycles. That's also quite a lot for the body, and she is feeling completely depleted and wants to now take a break and heal her body from the root cause of why she cannot conceive. She also has PCOS. So that was just one example regarding like how fertility treatments can actually make your journey longer, because when we keep trying this cycle after cycle after cycle without changing anything, we're not going to the root cause of why you cannot conceive. It might be that your body is simply stressed, your blood sugar balance might be off, which is highly linked to PCOS, for example. So it's a whole body condition, not only a reproductive hormones condition in that sense. So there might be a whole lot of things lying underneath that we need to deal with, but they are not being dealt with. So many women, obviously, after this, they're so done and also financially exhausted, mentally depleted from trying so many cycles that they're in a place of, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I've tried it all, I've tried fertility treatments, maybe it just will not work out for me. And I feel that this is so unfortunate that we have come to this place today, like in general in the society, that we, like talking about, for example, feminine and masculine energy. It's like when we talk about the masculine energy to execute things, that we need results, we need action. This is many times not working for us women. We are more in this kind of feminine being, focusing on balance, harmony. Our body needs to feel safe, needs to feel balanced and secure to be able to conceive. And what we are doing many times when we have hormonal imbalances or unexplained infertility, we are putting that kind of masculine energy on the female body, which many times does not work because we're already so wired and so unbalanced. And then we're trying to push the body even more and say, hey, I know things are not working, but I'm gonna force you. This is many times not gonna be a good solution. And this is, I feel the need to address this. And another example is when a woman is suffering from periods that are completely missing. So all the reproductive hormones are low estrogen, low progesterone, everything is just suppressed, hypothalamic amenorrhea, HA. Then in those cases, I talked to one woman recently who was gonna do an IVF round to stimulate the body to try to ovulate. So I am really crossing my fingers for her there. But what I do believe when it comes to those cases especially is that it's so much in the body that is not working. If we're not even ovulating, the body is clearly signaling that something is off. Like, we need to address the root cause, that the body is so stressed, maybe overtrained, we have been under eating with nutrients, and we need to balance the body, which can be done in very effective natural ways to calm the body down, that the body feels safe enough to ovulate. I don't want to make this video super long, but I wanted to address like some of the main hormonal imbalances that I see a challenge with when it comes to, like, in general, it is a challenge to use fertility treatments when we have hormonal imbalances, when we don't know the cause of it, and when we know the cause of it, but we're not dealing with the root cause. So when it comes to endometriosis, what we often see or do, what I know that fertility doctors do, is that we go on, we put the women on a kind of IVF preparation. Often it is medication called Lupron, which is suppressing the inflammation in the body, suppressing the endometriosis symptoms. But what is of course not addressing are other areas which are quite complex in the body to try to regulate with medicines or hormones. And that is, for example, a uterine lining, which is ready to take care of an egg, and the egg quality in itself. There are so many different factors, big important factors when it comes to the whole process of conceiving, which is not really, you cannot really regulate it, even though you try to regulate the ovulation, you try to regulate the egg to be fertilized, but actually for an egg to successfully implant in the uterus and the body to take care of that egg, that is also a different question. So yeah, also when it comes to, for example, thyroid imbalances was also one that I took up on my Instagram post. Even if you put a woman on a thyroid medication, might balance out the thyroid, but it will not solve any underlying problems linked, kind of imbalances to the thyroid, because usually the thyroid have a good reason for being unbalanced. The thyroid have a good reason for either produce or produce thyroid hormones in the body. So this is something that we once again, now I've talked through all of these hormonal imbalances that I took up on my Instagram post, but I really see the need, a very clear need to talk about this, because I know that many women put so much hope, effort, money, and energy into fertility treatments, and obviously it's not within the scope from a doctor, a fertility doctor, a gynecologist, or even a primary care physician, wherever you're doing your tests. And often, of course, it is when you're doing fertility treatments with a clinic, fertility clinic and doctors. But yeah, it's not within their scope to dive deeper into what can be underlying causes of your challenges to conceive, and to work with them on a deeper basis. It's more their scope to see a symptom or a problem and treat that with some kind of medication or hormone or therapy. And I want you who are watching this and maybe have been through fertility treatments, you're maybe thinking about doing another round of IUI or IVF, or another fertility treatment, or induced ovulation, or you have been trying for a while, it's not working out, and you're considering jumping on fertility treatment. This is something that is so worth addressing and so worth looking into. And bridging over to this, now we just started the month of May, and I am a fertility coach. I do focus on, together with the women I work with, on effective lifestyle shifts and things you might have never heard about. It's something that you cannot Google your way through. You will not be able to find these things on social media. It's focusing on things that will truly matter for fertility, not when it comes to doing these kind of fertility trends that I know so many women have already tried and kind of ticked off. It's really focusing on what truly matters. So for example, focusing on nutrition and really getting a spin on that to be completely fertility optimizing and maximizing. There are so many ways you can do it, but most women actually don't know how. And this is one of the most effective tools that I work with. Also, when it comes to targeted supplements, there based on your hormone pattern, that is also very important to adapt the supplements based on what your body is actually telling you. I believe in not eating 10 to 15 supplements, but to actually have a handful of high quality targeted supplements that will be very efficient. And also when it comes to nervous system regulation or adapting your lifestyle, your routines basically every day to your cycle, will have such a tremendous impact on the flow of your hormones. So with all of these things combined, it actually is possible to see a result in your hormones already after 1 to 2 cycles, which I usually see with my clients. And I'm thinking especially now about a client with endometriosis, very painful endometriosis, who managed to conceive naturally after my program. So this is something that I want to put out there if you're interested to explore effective ways to heal your imbalances, your unexplained infertility, to conceive naturally, or to prepare your body for fertility treatments. I'm here for you. And if you're interested in knowing more, send me a DM on Instagram and we can start a chat about what it would mean for you, what might be a next step on your fertility journey. And I'm so happy to be there for you and support. See you in my next video, and thank you for watching today. Bye bye.